Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Monday, December 8th. I'm Grant Olson. Here are some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Wenatchee Valley's largest healthcare provider has agreed to repay more than $1.8 million to patients whose medical costs should have been covered by charity care. The Chelan-Douglas Health District has reached a proposed $1.3 million settlement with patients whose private health information was compromised in a data breach more than 4 years ago. Moderate to heavy rainfall is possible over the next few days with localized flooding in parts of Chelan County. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. A pair of auto crashes Saturday morning on Highway 97 and Highway 97A proved fatal for 2 people and injured 6 others. One of the wrecks involved a Douglas County police pursuit, while the other left a Cascade High School bus full of student athletes flipped onto its side. The Washington State Patrol says first at about 4:30 a.m., the driver of a 2020 GMC Canyon pickup fled north on Highway 97 in Douglas County, trying to evade a speeding stop by a Douglas County Sheriff's deputy. The driver, identified as 18-year-old Enrique Garcia of Wenatchee, allegedly turned off his vehicle lights north of Orondo, and the deputy ended the pursuit. When the deputy rounded a curve near milepost 218 south of Oval Fruit, they discovered the GMC had flipped over into a ditch and burst into flames. The deputy helped 4 occupants out of the vehicle, but Garcia was pronounced dead at the scene. His passengers, ranging in age from 17 to 20, were treated for injuries at Confluence Health Hospital. Meanwhile, the second crash happened at 7:12 a.m. when a 2003 Ford Ranger skidded across the center line on Highway 97A near Downey Canyon, 4 miles south of Chelan, and struck a northbound school bus carrying Cascade High School wrestlers to a scheduled meet. Both vehicles rolled and the bus ended up on its side next to the roadway. 39-year-old bus driver Jose Solis of Wenatchee was treated for his injuries at Lake Chelan Health. The driver of the Ranger, 32-year-old Marco Trejo, was taken by helicopter to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. His passenger, a 63-year-old man from Eniat who is yet to be publicly identified, died in that crash. 8 students aboard the bus, ranging in age from 12 to 17, were checked out at Lake Chelan Health but not found to be hurt. Cascade coach DeAndre Vasquez praised the Lake Chelan Hospital and School District for helping his team after the crash, as well as driver Jose Solis for his efforts to keep the students safe. The State Patrol says the causes of both crashes are under investigation. The Wenatchee Valley's largest healthcare provider has agreed to repay more than $1.8 million to patients whose medical costs should have been covered by charity care. The refunds, affecting more than 4,700 patients, were paid out after an investigation by Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, which found that Confluence should have offered financial assistance to low-income patients under Washington's Charity Care Act. Between 2021 and 2024, the investigation found that Confluence did not reimburse patients who were approved for charity care after paying their bills. The hospital system issued refunds to those patients with 12% interest to help settle the matter. Confluence does not admit to breaking any laws, but acknowledged it did not adhere to its own charity care policy. Brown's office filed a declaration today in Chelan County Court, and it will not seek to sue Confluence Health under the Consumer Protection Act. Moses Lake teachers and students returned to class today after the district and teachers union came to a tentative contract agreement on Friday. The teachers' strike began last Monday and lasted all school week. Moses Lake teachers have been working without a contract since June and asked the district to restore student programming and instructional time lost in cuts due to the district's $20 million budget shortfall last year. The tentative agreement is still subject subject to ratification by the Moses Lake Education Association before becoming final. The district said more details of the agreement will be released following the union's general membership meeting, but did not provide the date of that meeting. Douglas County Sheriff will retire next year before his term ends, leaving his office open for an interim appointment. Sheriff Kevin Morris has led the top law enforcement job for his rural county of 44,000 people since 2018. Morris, who's 52 years old, announced today he'll retire from the department effective March 1st. He was first elevated from undersheriff to replace Harvey Jesdal, and then won election for the first time the following year. He was re-elected in 2022 without opposition. Morris's departure means Douglas County commissioners would have the option to appoint an interim sheriff ahead of the November election in 2026. When we come back, the Chelan-Douglas Health District has reached a proposed $1.3 million settlement with patients whose private health information was compromised in a data breach more than 4 years ago. And East Wenatchee police say a man undergoing a mental health crisis fled from them on Friday and took refuge in the Columbia River. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Order ready for Susan?
During the holiday rush, those might be the best words you can hear all week. At Abby's, you get a night off from cooking, a place to gather with family, and easy holiday catering that everybody loves. For legendary pizza and hospitality, visit Abby's.com. Aloha and Melikaliki Maka from Abby's. End your year with a tropical twist. Our big Hawaiian pizza at a legendary holiday price. Plus, earn $5, $10, $20 or more in free pizza with our holiday gift card offer. Abby's, a legendary holiday pizza tradition.
When flooding hit Serve Wenatchee, their office in Fresh Hope Market were devastated. But their mission to help prevent homelessness in this valley hasn't stopped, and neither will we. I'm Todd McLaughlin, General Manager at Apple Valley Honda. Now through the end of the year, we're donating $25 to Serve Wenatchee every time someone takes a test drive. And if you happen to buy a vehicle, we'll give an additional $100 in your name. Because when our neighbors are in need, this community steps up, and we're proud to be part of that.
The Chelan-Douglas Health District has reached a proposed $1.3 million settlement with patients whose private health information was compromised in a data breach more than 4 years ago. The health agency for the two-county area experienced a computer intrusion in July of 2021, which allowed hackers to make off with data belonging to roughly 188,000 people. 2 local health district clients sued in a class action on behalf of those affected patients. Chelan County Judge Kristen Ferreira initially rejected their claims, but the Washington Court of Appeals overturned that decision and reinstated the lawsuit last year. Court records show the health district underwent mediation with the plaintiffs in June, and its governing board of health voted in favor of the settlement in October. Individual patients stand to claim up to $5,000 each for proven financial losses, plus up to $599 additional dollars. The settlement still must be approved by a Chelan County judge. East Wenatchee police say a man undergoing a mental health crisis fled from them on Friday and took refuge in the Columbia River. The 41-year-old man was reported to police just after 2 p.m. for allegedly damaging the motel he was staying in. He was also sought on a warrant from another county. Police say when officers arrived, the man fled across Sunset Highway and the Loop Trail and then waded into the frigid Columbia. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department prepared to launch a boat to assist, but after about 20 minutes, the man agreed to come back ashore and be detained. East Wenatchee police say he was assessed at Confluence Health Hospital, then cited for obstruction and released. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will tell you about the Wenatchee Junior City Council. It's made up of 7 high school members to learn about the inner workings of their adult counterparts on the City Council. Along with moderately heavy rain at times tonight, expect strong gusty winds as well. I'll have all your weather details coming up, followed by Dan Kuntz with a look at all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Wenatchee Junior City Council formed a quorum Thursday for the 3rd time since it was created earlier this year. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports that the 7 high schoolers who make up the council and their 2 alternates continued their training to learn about the inner workings of their adult counterparts on City Council. The Junior City Council is a new project headed by council members Charlie Atkinson and Myra Navarro Gomez that was adopted into City Code in July, and the Junior City Council began meeting in October. After the meeting, NCWLIFE News and The World met with 3 members of the Junior Council to learn more about why they joined and what the experience has been like for them.
So far it's been an amazing experience. It's given me a lot of more information of just how our city works, and having small sessions that where we have guests come in and explain a little bit more about terms and things like that have helped me a lot, especially since I have taken our comparative government class. I've been able to connect a lot of things and put them into real life works and stuff like that. So it's been amazing. And then just being able to be more involved with my community has been an amazing experience too. Like I mentioned, last year I was in our comparative government class at the high school, and one of our assignments was to do civic engagement. And so I decided to attend a city council meeting, and here I introduced myself to Councilmember Atkinson after the meeting, and I asked him a question, which was how I could get more involved with my community, just because I felt like I wanted to broaden my involvement, just not at the high school. And he brought up how he wanted to start a junior city council, but he really needed a youth voice to support that, and I decided to hop right on, and I told him I was extremely interested in helping him do that, and I'm thankful that it was successful and we are here today. We don't typically, on an average day, we don't really think about all the behind the scenes work that goes on here in the city and all the people that manage it to make sure that it's running. And so I think having insights to all the different committees and people in charge who are working to make our city the amazing city that it is, that's been really interesting.
It's been really cool. It's been an amazing experience. I know that I'm making connections and that I'm getting involved in the community. It's something that I'm really interested in. I'm looking forward to being in politics when I'm older and the military, so I'm kind of working my way in that way, getting to know the codes and the language and what everything means. And so far I've felt like it's somewhere that I belong and like a community, so it's been a pretty great experience. I do know that I want to be in the Air Force, and what kind of comes with that is a lot of government, and it's something that I could do after I retire from the military. Safety I'm really interested in, and just like the codes and the laws of things, like I think the laws are really interesting to learn.
It's been great. Being the chair, I get to be a little more immersed in the whole city experience, and it's been great. I get to have a couple meetings with Councilman Navarro and Councilman Atkinson before meetings, and I get to, have a little more say in like the direction that our city council is going. And it's been awesome to really get an understanding of how the city all works together. It's definitely something new for me. I'm not completely accustomed to like a leadership position like this in every way. I'm definitely a big supporter. I want to advocate, but this has definitely thrust me into a whole new way of leading, and it's been great. And I don't think Mr. Poyer, Mayor Poyer, has an easy job up there at all. It's stressful in the best way possible, most definitely. And it gets me excited, and it makes me feel like I am, in the Junior City Council in general, just a feeling of something greater than myself, for sure.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic weekend and a great Monday to start this week. Kind of a cloudy one today with rain showers this morning. We didn't pick up a whole lot of rain out of that. More is on the way, though. Believe me, more is on the way, and wind is on the way as well. And as we look outside our weather window from this afternoon, you can see the grass blowing pretty good on our camera shot from the Wenatchee Heights, and also some low clouds still hanging at the base of the Cascades, and that is ushering in two big storm systems that I'll get to in a second. But we mentioned the wind. We do expect strong winds tonight and into Tuesday. We could see gusts up to 55 miles an hour in parts of the Columbia Basin. Back here in the Wenatchee area, we could see about 30 to 35 mile an hour winds. Moses Lake about the same, 30 to 35, but certainly you folks up on the Waterville Plateau could also see very strong wind gusts tonight and into Tuesday morning. Rock and mudslides are also possible as this very wet Pacific system moves in. A 24-hour period, we could see 2 to 4 inches of rain along the east slopes of the Cascades, and that will cause some problems along those burn scars from past wildfires here in our area. So watch out for mud and rock slides, and our streams and rivers will also be rising because of our warm temperatures causing that melting snow. So all kinds of stuff going on, and that wet weather is going to last into Wednesday with that heavy mountain rain. Breezy winds could continue into Wednesday, and we could even see some pretty good valley rain as we head through tonight, Tuesday and into Wednesday. This is a wet atmospheric river, and we talked about it last week. Today's high temperature, 10 degrees above where we should be, 45 unofficially, 35 is our normal high, 52 our record, and that was set in 1991. We were about the same amount of degrees over our low temperature as we were our high, about 8 degrees warmer, 34 this morning, 26 is our normal low, 1 below zero, our record low set in 1972. So far today, 5/100ths of an inch of precipitation. That is certainly going to go up when we get together again tomorrow. That gets us at 5.39 inches for the year. We're still about 1.41 inches behind normal, and we could catch that all the way through Wednesday and maybe into Thursday morning. We should be just fine by the end of the week. Sunrise 7:36 and sunset, it happened at 4:10. All right, taking a look at what we can expect getting into Tuesday. Things are going to be a little bit warmer, and that's going to be our trend as we make our way through the week. 49s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 49 in Quincy as well. Ellensburg will see 48, as well as right here in the Wenatchee area. A little cooler for Eniat and Chelan at 47, 46 in Leavenworth, and 44. The high temperature tomorrow up in Lake Wenatchee, but it is going to be a wet one beginning tonight. Rain is likely. Here's that weather maker, and it's dragging a lot of wind and heavy rain right in this section through Washington State tonight. We could see a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain in Wenatchee tonight with low temperatures around 40 degrees. Tomorrow, there's storm system number 2 as it taps into that atmospheric river. There is that heavier rain. We could once again see a half inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain tomorrow with high temperatures in the upper 40s, and not much is going to change for Wednesday either. That low will stay right in Alberta, and there is that more of that heavy rainfall that we could see on Wednesday. About 1/4 to a half inch is possible on Wednesday, and we're going to warm up even more. Temperatures in the low 50s midweek, and then by Thursday that system will push into Montana. It's going to drag some windy conditions behind it. We could see some morning rain showers and then just scattered showers by afternoon on Thursday. Still warm with high temperatures in the low 50s. For the end of the week on Friday, finally high pressure slides up the coast just off Oregon's coast. We'll see mostly cloudy skies on Friday and still very, very mild with highs in the low to even mid 50s for Friday. And then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, partly cloudy skies. I think we'll see a decent amount of sun on Saturday. Going to be nice with high temperatures in the low 50s. And by the end of our forecast and the end of our upcoming weekend, boy, look at the size of that next storm, but it's really not going to affect us on Sunday. We have a ridge over us, even though some clouds will move in ahead of that storm system. Still going to be warm out there Sunday with high temperatures near 50 degrees. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Very mild overnight tonight once again, 40 degrees expected, and then a ton of rain is expected from tonight into Tuesday through Wednesday. We could have as much as 1.5 inches of precipitation as we get into Wednesday. Morning showers Thursday, giving way to just mostly cloudy skies, I think, in the afternoon, and 51 degrees. And then finally, by Friday, our weather stabilizes. We'll see mostly cloudy skies both Friday and Saturday. High temperatures in the low to mid 50s. And then by Sunday, cloudy skies, still warm though, with high temperatures around 49 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Happy Monday, sports fans. It was 6-6 at halftime. It wasn't that way at the end of the game. 37-9, a big fat blowout for the Seattle Seahawks over the Falcons yesterday in Atlanta. It helps when you run the second half kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown. That's exactly what Rashid Shaheed did. Seattle's defense came up with 3 turnovers. Seahawks win for the 7th time in 8 games. For the last 2 games, the Seahawks defense hasn't even allowed a touchdown. Post-game reaction from Coach Mike McDonald, Cooper Kupp, and Mr. Rashid himself.
Great win. Really proud of our team. The resolve we had. I mean, we wanted to start the day fast, and it was tough getting going. 10 a.m. start, but you could feel the guys were trying. We just hard to get the momentum there, and Atlanta was playing really good on defense initially, but man, I'm really happy and proud of our second half. The guys stacked plays, played complementary football, played the situations really well. Obviously, the kickoff was great to get a return finally. Can't wait to watch it and who popped all those blocks, but man, just really proud of our crew. You know, the mentality we have, the resolve, the connectedness, really great. So much deserved win. The guys had a great week. Let's not take these East Coast trips for granted. This is not easy, and Atlanta's a good football team. So I'm really proud of our guys.
Is it true you called the Shaheed touchdown at halftime?
Maybe.
We heard Mike might have predicted your kick return at halftime.
He did call it. Yeah. He did. Yeah. I'll give him credit for that.
What was something about the look or that you guys hadn't practiced this week or something? How did you know, or how did he know you think that's when it was coming?
Yeah, we just knew that we were going to have an opportunity coming out of halftime. Based off the film that we watched, we knew that we were going to have an opportunity to score, and that's what we did. We had perfect calls, and that's a testament to our coaches and how they get us prepared.
Yeah, I thought today was a total team effort. Obviously in the first half didn't get off to the start that we wanted to offensively. I think we did most of everything that we wanted to. We just didn't finish in the red zone. And so I think for us, that's kind of been a theme. We just got to continue to finish in the red zone and harp on that throughout the week. But we did a great job in the second half of coming back and finishing the game strong. And I feel like our defense and obviously our special teams, the way that they started the second half was unbelievable.
It seems like you got in a rhythm at the end of the first half with the throw to Rashid and then the throw to AJ. Was that last drive kind of important for you guys in getting ready for the second half?
Yeah, for sure. Just kind of getting up on the ball and using some tempo there, I think definitely helped us.
Seahawks back at Lumen Field this Sunday to take on the 8-5 Indianapolis Colts, and then next Thursday, the 18th, the Rams in town. How did the Rams do yesterday? They rolled right over the Cardinals, by the way, as we look at the NFC West scoreboard and the standings. Rams roll right along, so the Seahawks and Rams technically tied. Of course, the Rams have the tiebreaker. 49ers didn't play. Cardinals aren't very good. There are 41 college football games on the calendar, and guess who gets to play number 2? The Huskies this Saturday in L.A. They'll take on Boise State in the L.A. Bowl. That is Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Cougars got to wait till December 22nd. They'll be in Boise to take on Utah State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. They will do so without their coach, Jimmy Rogers, who left over the weekend. He's taking over at Iowa State. Less we say about the Kraken, the better. They lost again. Detroit beat them over the weekend. The final there was 4-3. They got Minnesota in town tonight. We'll have highlights tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Women's college basketball scoreboard from over the weekend. Gonzaga beat UC Davis. Eastern beat South Dakota. Huskies did not upset USC. Men's college basketball, Huskies did beat USC. Nice upset for the men. They knocked off number 4 Southern Cal 84-76 on Saturday. Eastern a victor, and then Gonzaga no problems with North Florida 109-58, and it wasn't even that close. Well, both the Cashmere Bulldogs and the Royal Knights scored 3 touchdowns. Royal kicked 3 extra points. For their 21 points, Cashmere went for the championship with 18 seconds left. They got in within 1 point, and then, well, they came up 1 point short in the WIAA 1A State Championship Friday afternoon at a very windy Husky Stadium. For the Royal Knights, it's their 6th straight state championship. For the Cashmere Bulldogs, they finished 11-2. The rest of the champions over the weekend, take a look. Your 4A champion Sumner, 3A O'Day. Archbishop Murphy is back. They are the champions of the 2A bracket. Tri-Cities Prep are the 2B state football champions, and DeSales wins the 1B championship. Girls basketball over the weekend, and the game that we televised right here, Eastmont came out all the way back from a 14-point deficit. Couldn't pull out the victory over Kamiakin. Ferris over Moses Lake, Quincy, Chelan, Pateros, Curlew, Waterville, Mansfield, and Wilson Creek. All winners in girls basketball on Friday. Saturday, Not as much action, but still plenty. If you went out to the local gyms, here are your finals from Saturday. In prep girls basketball, your winners, Waterville, Mansfield, Lakeside out of 9 Mile Falls, Cle Elum, Brewster, Republic, and Lake Roosevelt beat Bridgeport by just a little bit. Prep boys basketball. On Friday, Walla Walla knocked off Wenatchee. Ferris beat Moses Lake by just a point. Chelan winners, Quincy winner, Tenasket winner, Summit Classical over Garden City Academy. Waterville Mansfield rolled over Soap Lake. Entiat got by Wilson Creek on Friday. Saturday, Cascade, your winner over Waterville Mansfield. Lakeside at 9 Mile Falls made it a sweep over Quincy. Davenport beat Manson. Lake Roosevelt over Bridgeport. Freeman over Brewster. Libertyville over Cle Elum. Tenasket over Republic. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for this Monday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.